filling in for Carson Beck and a team that just went to a national championship. But this is a guy with tons of talent, and they think there will be no drop-off at the QB spot. They've got their eyes set on taking one step further this time to win it all.
The Canes, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Here's Brown. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Here's Darian Mensa to throw. Swings it out to his running back. And he's wrestled to the ground.
And I like when offenses understand, man, when I get down here in this part of the field really shrinks in the red zone. Get the ball to your playmaker, and sometimes he'll make things happen. And he did there. Got a nice gain, didn't get in the end zone. Now your decision. What do you want to do on 4th down?
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Gonna run it. It's Mobley. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Just a short pass to the tight end. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Williams. A confident, tough, efficient run. Gets it up to the 44.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. Here's Carr to throw. Williams open on the right side. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. Making side adjustments here. Carr on play action. Fires to the middle. That's caught. It's Gilbert. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
It's going to be fun to watch this receiving group, I think, for Notre Dame this season. I think one of the things Marcus Freeman's done a really good job of in recent years is go to the portal and bring difference makers at the receiver spot. It was Malachi Fields coming over for Virginia, the big, tall body making big plays downfield last year for the Irish. And this has always been a position, David, that we thought was always a little bit behind some of the elite competition in college football, but it feels like that's starting to change now.
And Greathouse and Faison both back, so obviously some experience there, but then bringing in some ultra-talented, highly recruited receivers from Ohio State. Those guys usually pan out pretty well to have that speed element. And a couple of guys that maybe click now with this C.J. Carr offense. And the passing attack with
Picked off to stop the threat. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
it's so nice to see defenders squeeze. Again, a lot of times in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. They'll start on the ground with Brown. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by the...
Breaks free. Brought down at the 10-yard line, and a nifty pickup after the grab on that one.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
They're going to give it to the wide receiver on first and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on first and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
In that second down play, the defense, I think, was expecting pass. So you saw them come firing upfield. They use their speed. They use their athleticism. They win the one-on-ones, and they get a big-time sack.
And how big is that earlier sack now as they try to get it in the end zone here? Oh, he didn't get past the marker before starting his slide, and now it's fourth down. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Splits the uprights. Good. The lead is 6 in the first.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. The Fighting Irish called their first timeout after using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. The run inside. It's Williams. Got enough for the first. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. A quick break in the action here as they tend to the injured Hurricane. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Makes the catch. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've reached the break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Might be calling a hot route. Carr. That's caught. It's Flanagan. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
Bringing the heat. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Now on second down. Running inside, it's Williams. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, that's a really good-looking physical run. I'll tell you, when you think of Notre Dame football, too, you think of all the great coaches they've had, Eric Parsegian, Newt Rockne, Lou Holtz. Those guys would love what they're seeing right now. 3 yards in a cloud of dust, wearing the defense down, running the football when they know you're going to do it. This is Notre Dame football to a T. Beautiful.
Quarterback now breaking the field. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down.
Man, you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football when they're trying to make the catch. Great job breaking on the football at the perfect time.
Throwing, Carr. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
Motion from the back. Carr from the gun on third down. Under fire. To the 10. Quarterback slides, and that is a punch to the gut to any defense to let a quarterback get out and move the sticks there. On first and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
You see the offense trying to dial up the quick game there with the RPO, and I like the idea of trying to get playmakers this space out at the right flat of the field, see what can happen, but you need a more accurate throw.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Gets the back moving. On the direct snap, it's Carr. He's going for the goal. Goes upstairs. Touchdown, Irish! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. You want to keep your offense on the field, wear down the defense, put that tape on and show it in a clinic. That's the way it's done.
And as a defense, man, there's nothing more demoralizing. You can handle it when you give up 3, but to give up the touchdown at the end of a long drive, you're already exhausted. You've already been bumped the whole way down the field. Man, that's frustrating.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. And to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse, they'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Throwing, Mensah. Pressure coming. This time on target. He'll be run out of bounds, but we've got laundry on the field. Let's see what that's about.
Offside.
This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Got his man down the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Hurricanes can really attack on this second and short. Back to pass. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down.
Well, he was licking his chops. As soon as he saw blitz, he knew some guy was trying to cover him man-to-man. Ain't gonna happen. With his skill set, he's one of the best in the country, and that is just way too easy.
Here's Mensah to throw. Strong pass rush, gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Well, for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
Makes the catch. It's Lofton.
Good play by the defense. Way to wrap him up. Way to know where the sticks are. Now puts you in a successful position for third down. Now you can break out the fun packages, the blitzes, putting more speed, more little fast guys in the field.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. He's looking downfield to throw, using the back as a receiver on the screen. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Man, listen, third down and long is such a hard spot to be in. That's where defenses want offenses, right? Like, they got him right where they want him. It was a really nice job by the playmaker. QB got him the football, and he didn't run out of bounds. Like, he fought for every single extra yard he could. Almost got to the first down marker, but now sets up a fourth down.
They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Caught in the backfield, it's Mobley. At the 40, there he goes. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. No matter how many times they tell you to look for it, it is tough to defend a perfectly executed screen.
Yeah, because I'm trying to go get the quarterback, and everything looks like pass, but when you see it, when you see that screen, you got to retrace your steps, get back into play. Nice job by the offense. The defense just has to recognize that a little bit sooner.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. The offense changing the play. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Quarterback moving. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
And they're just trying to sneak the back out to the right side there, but great job tackling on defense against a guy who's hard to bring down once he has the ball in his hand.
A manageable distance on third down as they try to convert from the 20. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Quick completion on the out route. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it up to 12. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
They get to him as he throws.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. This time he's got his man. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Williams. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. So Miami signals for a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Hoping to move the chains, here comes Notre Dame on fourth. He wants to change this route. Fourth down, Carr. Lets it go to the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly Rowe.
Checking in from the Miami sideline, I can see a lot of conversations happening between the offensive line and the running back. They just haven't been able to get the ground game going. They're talking about he has got to be more patient, and they have got to give more of a push up front. The crowd is making it hard, though. I can tell you it is hard to hear as they try to struggle and communicate. We'll see if they're able to come together against this very hostile crowd. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly.
Man, offenses are getting really creative in the way they run their counter plays now. They pull different guys. They pull a guard. They pull a tackle. They pull a guard and a tackle. So really keeping the defenses off balance. You can't just key on wherever the tight end is. You got to realize they can show you one thing and come back with another.
Makes the grab. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback
Throws it deep. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Well, that one falls incomplete. That hasn't happened a whole lot today, though. This dude has been lighting this defense up with his speed. He showed great hands. Just weren't able to come down with that.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Mensah. This one's complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
Darian Mensah from the gun on third down. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Rushes on him. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Got his man downfield. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
The throw. Makes the grab. Turning it on. A likely touchdown-saving tackle, but the catch and run takes it down to the 7.
And that's the beauty of this offense and this playmaker at wide receiver. Throw the ball short, but what he does after the catch, he's just got so much speed, so dynamic with the football. And this
grabs it. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. The Hurricanes will call their 3rd timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. They've had to settle for a couple of field goals on 3 previous red zone trips. They'd love to get it in on 2nd and goal. Here comes the heat. Touchdown Hurricanes! Makes the grab in the corner.
Well, all the different time management situations this head coach was using in the first half has led to this moment specifically right here. This is exactly what he wanted to have happen. He wanted to score a touchdown at the end of the first half, take a lead, knowing he's got the ball first in the second half. If they score a touchdown then, all of a sudden this thing starts blowing wide open for them, and all the momentum is on their side.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? The run inside. It's Williams. At the 35, he's got room. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Might be changing the route. Here's Carr to throw. Under fire. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, first down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Dropping back, it's Carr. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. It's complete. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
One of the biggest days of the college football season, and we've got you covered here from the EA Sports Studios in Orlando. Let's start with Cincinnati taking on the number 13 team, the Houston Cougars. And it's Cincinnati setting school records in multiple offensive categories in one of the highest scoring games I think I've ever seen. 2 teams who were very familiar with the end zone today. And that now gets this group to 3 wins, which is nothing to write home about yet, but brick by brick, this staff is starting to build something. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now back to your game in South Bend. This tight end is enjoying quite the day through 2 quarters. It's amazing how athletic tight ends are now and just how much they're utilized. He's played a starring role in giving them this halftime lead. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas there in the shadows of Touchdown Jesus.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We check in with Holly Rowe.
The Hurricanes head coach told me at the half he he is so excited about how his quarterback has performed. They did have a lot of high expectations for him, and he has lived up to the challenge. They get the ball here, and they are expecting to go right down the field, regain some of that momentum that their quarterback had in the first half, and make sure he is setting the tone for the second. Guys, back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping.
Caught, and he's got room. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
They'll give it to Brown.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Throwing, Mensah. Right on the money. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. And the Canes are flying down the field. Finds his man. It's Lofton. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. That is their sophomore starting wide receiver. Hope he's just shaken up momentarily. Howie Rowe will keep an eye on it. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Takes a handoff. It's Pringle. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
The noise level is relentless here on second down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Lofton. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
Pocket breaking down. Trying to get away. The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that first down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Keep it on the ground. It's Brown. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Not much movement there. It's a gain of 1. Gets him out to the 5.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback making checks. Carr. With the catch, it's Graham. Goes out of bounds right at the 15-yard line, and boy, did they need a little breathing room.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to them in open space. Nice job. The wide receiver has some space after the catch, able to go make extra yards. Nice pitch and catch.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
To the air, it's Carr. Escapes the pressure to his right. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum.
And it's just so fun to be a play caller when you got a QB that can do that. Like, it's a pass play. Nope, he pulls it down, chews up yardage, gets a first down. And both of these quarterbacks, man, they have this ability to make big plays.
Running inside, it's Williams. There he goes! He's stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's first down. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. Throwing, Carr. Pulls it in, it's Mobley. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
And man, you gotta love that from your corner. Willing to pull the trigger right away. Obviously, the running back slips out of the backfield. They throw him the football, but he doesn't waste any time. He doesn't hesitate, pulls the trigger, runs at him, makes the nice tackle, and gets the stop.
Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to fire on second down. Quickly out to the tight end. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Over the middle, it's Williams. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. That's the junior offensive lineman that they're counting on. We hope he can return to play soon. Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Trying to escape and get it himself. Wide open downfield. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Fighting Irish!
How about that drive they just put together to tie this football game up? That is exactly what we talked about in the half. Like, coaches circled them up, first drive, set the tone, tie this ball game up. That is great execution out of halftime.
Yeah, David, it looked like they really had a good plan, too. Obviously made some adjustments there at halftime, things that they would come out and try to attack this defense with, and it looks like they found something here, and that is a perfect way to start the second half. Now an opportunity here to take the lead.
And he makes the extra point. Coming out with it, it's Compton. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Checking in from the Miami sideline. Something I've got my eyes on is how the running back is moving and cutting. As you know, he did get really banged up in that game last week despite the win, and he's going to have to fight through some bumps and bruises here today. I've got my eyes on him, and I will keep you posted down here from the field. Guys, back to you.
We'll see what kind of impact that has, Holly. And the Canes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. He's out past the 35, and he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Got it. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
takes the handoff. It's Pringle. Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. Here's Mensah to throw. And he's incomplete on third down.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly.
Here on the Notre Dame sideline, guys, I have got my eyes on the running back who told me he is pretty banged up from that loss last week. He's got a lower body injury, something he will absolutely have to fight through. The athletic trainers have done the best they can to get him ready to go today, but this is a developing story. I will keep you posted from down here on the field. Back to you.
Holly, we'll see how they adjust.
And I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
Here's Carr to throw. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Great place to start for this offense. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Pringle. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Caught in the backfield, it's Vaughn. Oh, he's got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Canes! And that one will put him up here in the second half. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Going for 2 here to try to make the lead 7. Mensah. He goes airborne, and he's in there, and the 2-point try is good. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. The run inside. It's Mobley. Makes it past the marker. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. They make the tackle, but not before he finishes off this third period with a big play. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Carr. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Tight end now in motion. Reads it, fires complete. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical, they're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Gets it to him on the screen. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49, a big pickup there. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Here's a heat. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
Man, is that the opportunity they needed? That is exactly what this defense needed. They need to swing momentum. They needed to get the ball back to their offense if they wanted to win this football game. Just such a huge missed opportunity.
Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Got his man. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. The Hurricanes will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt goes out of bounds. We'll see where the officials spot it, but they certainly gave them no opportunity for a return. Let's go to the sideline in Holly Rowe.
Here on the Notre Dame sideline, I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB
breaks into the open. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
I love the play call there, and I love the run for a variety of reasons. Obviously, you're trying to settle your quarterback down after throwing 2 picks in the last 2 drives, but also you're able to generate a really nice game for this offense and make 2nd and short so much easier, so much more manageable. It just allows your quarterback, too, to take a breath and exhale.
They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get maybe some room here. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
I love the run call here because this offense does not have to panic yet. Like, there's still plenty of time left in this football game. Stay patient. Stay true to who you are as a team. Get some first downs. Move the ball down the field. You can't get it all back in one play.
Quickly to the tight end.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Throwing, Carr. He's got him. They'll stop him at the 46 after a 5-yard pickup. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Quarterback may change this route. They're in the gun, 3rd down, here's Carr. Got the tight end outside. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain, needed about 3 more on that one. It's a 1-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Carr to throw for it on 4th. Oh, they're after him. And he makes it past the first down marker, hits the slide, and they'll move the sticks.
Man, it is do or die time right now for this offense playing at home, and the quarterback just takes the play over. On fourth down, knowing they're trailing, doing anything he can to scramble, find a way to keep this team alive in front of this home crowd.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. The screen, by definition, is slow developing. That was just a little too slow.
Yeah, quarterback just held on to it a split second too long. You want to invite the rush to you as a quarterback when you're executing that play, but you've got to be able to get rid of.
Touchdown, Notre Dame! A great catch and run for 6.
It's so challenging to stop the middle of the field passes deep down. You stretch me in these zones. I got to run with you in man. It's always a good idea to run those deep posts, and you could tell they saw it all the way. Receiver, quarterback on same page, gets the big touchdown.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Tie game, 4th quarter, plenty of time to work with, exactly where you want to be in this one. Complete to start this drive. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding to the football?
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. That's reeled in. It's Lofton. Turning it on. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. Like, they can make plays. They can run people over. They can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. A quick break in the action here as they tend to the injured Hurricane. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Throwing, Mensah. Firing to the right, complete. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They got him on the ground. Great tackling by this D to stop him short of the first down marker. They'll try to convert from the Wildcat. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going to go for it on 4th down. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
And how about this defense, man? A lot of times on 4th and long, you see conservative calls where they back up in heavy zones. Man, they bring pressure, catch them off guard a little bit, speed up the thought process, do a nice job of mixing it up, and because of that, they force the 4th down, incompletion, and they get the football back.
Quickly complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Running inside. It's Young. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle, but they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
Here's Carr to throw. Bears the pressure. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
Hoping to help their kicker out with a few yards on third down, because from here, it would be a 58-yarder. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Mobley. Just what they'd hoped for on third down, as they've got a first at the 32. So Miami signals for a timeout. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the first down. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. There he goes! The Canes will go ahead and call that second timeout. And now what will they come up with on this second down play?
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Carr. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Punts it out of the air. The Hurricanes will call their third timeout. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. Notre Dame comes to the line, that last completion giving them a fresh set of downs. Trying to run, it's Mobley. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
I think the run defense, a lot of times late in the game, you always wonder how well it'll hold up. Nice job on this play by this defense, getting in and getting the running back on the ground.
Biggest drive of the game right now as the clock is winding down, a chance to win it before overtime. Shakes off the defender. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
You know a field goal can tie the game right now. You have to at least give yourself a chance to do that. So I don't mind maybe taking some shots, but every time you drop back, you're risking taking a sack. You've got to dial up plays right now, I think, that are high percentage throws. You've got to run the football to at least give yourself an opportunity to push this game into OT.
The run inside. It's Mobley. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6.
I love the play call running the football here in the fourth quarter, because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. It'll all be decided right here, win or lose on this kick. He's got it! get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals that usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's eligible.
I know the coaches are really happy about this, the AD and the fans, because they know what it means for the program, right? You're going to get those 15 extra practices at the end of the year to help develop young talent, looking ahead to next season. But that's next season. There's still a lot of football left to go this year. Let's just see how good of a bowl game they can get to.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.